8:15 in the morning. It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM. Our conversation with Doug Steve, and Mr. Jack Benedict has hung around so he can help us out here this morning. Brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Doug, the other day I saw something I hadn't seen before. It was the Glasser brothers together officiating. I've never seen Chuck and Fred on the same court together.
Yeah, I was just a rose between two thorns.
It's really not the way I would put it. But,
no comment.
But there you go. But, Chuck and Fred, so many of our ex-coaches and so many people are still involved in the sports world in Indiana County. And that's one of the great ways, but there are other ways, and we're celebrating Indiana County athletics here with the Indiana County Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and I came on this morning, and we're trying to do something different with the Indiana County Sports Hall of Fame. We want to come on each year and actually announce our 2020 class, this year the 2020 class, but each year come on and put it on the radio and let the listeners know more or less before it goes to other media sources who the induction class will be. And it's not going to be like CBS and the football show with Terry. I don't go to their places of employment to go.
Nobody from the Hall of Fame is coming in right now in a gold jacket to tell Jack, we put you in again.
No, Jack is an Indiana County Sports Hall of Famer, among other Hall of Fames he's been in. And no, I mean, we have a great class this year that will be inducted, and the banquet will be on Sunday, May 17th at the Rustic Lodge here in Indiana. So,
and people can go.
Yes, tickets usually start becoming on sale on April 1st. Usually, as we will have the tickets available. Right. But the class has been alerted. They were alerted before the holidays, just so they could let family and friends know. So it's a process. We start October 31st is when nominations are due from. Whether they're board members or any annual or lifetime member of the Indiana County Sports Hall of Fame, they can nominate an individual for recognition that they've received through sports athletics here in Indiana County. And then we vote in November. We alert the ones that have made the induction class just to make sure they can make it. Then we wait till after the holidays and we come out with the names in the media. Yeah.
So that's why you're here today.
Yes, I am here to present the 2020 class. We have 8 individuals that will be inducted. I'll just go alphabetically, then we could talk just briefly about each one. But we have Dave Dunlap from the Blairsville area. He'll be going in posthumously. He passed away, I believe, in 2018. Adam Heiberger, a name from Blairsville, we recognize for his outstanding athletics. George Katchmer from the Cherry Tree, Arcadia area. He's also going to be going in posthumously. He passed away in 1997, but we'll go over some stuff with him. From Indiana High School, Indiana, is Mark Lazanik, graduated in, I believe, 79 or 80 from Indiana. Randy Mazie from the United area. He is the current head baseball coach at West Virginia University. Hopefully, he's still playing. He may not be able to make it this year, but if not this year, he will be inducted the next year. He can attend. Danielle Sinclair Stewart from Indiana. Megan Woodall Mills from Indiana. And Mindy Sawtell Zatola. She's a great runner around the area. She's originally from Clearfield, but she made her mark here in Indiana. She's continuing to run her races. So those are the 8 inductees for the class of 2020.
Yeah, I remember being at some sort of vacation event at the KCAC, and Mindy was there, and she was all dressed up for the occasion and everything. And then when it was over, she and her family came out. She disappeared, and a couple of seconds later, she comes out in her running clothes, and she took off. She ran home and took a few stops along the way. A few extra miles there. Jack, of course, you remember a lot of those folks, don't you?
Oh, yeah. In fact, Mindy's in the IUP Hall of Fame. I had a chance to, introduce her whenever she was inducted. Megan, of course, played at IUP, one of only 2 women to have a triple-double. And for Sinclair, Danielle, she joins her sister, Nicole. In the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Of course, we're familiar with Adam Heiberger. Abditori has told me over the trips that we've taken with IUP about Dunlap.
Yeah.
And interesting story there. It's good to see that he's going to be going in.
Yeah, and he was a basketball, football, track athlete. Scored more than 1,000 points in basketball before there was a 3-point line, and he actually quarterbacked the Blairsville football team upset when they upset Indiana, featuring Nance McNaught and the McKnight. So a nice little tidbit there, but he was a great athlete in that Blairsville area, and it's great.
A couple of Blairsville quarterbacks in that class.
And even Adam Heiberger, he threw for 4,000 yards in football, and he scored over 2,000 points in basketball, which you very rarely, if ever, see.
Yeah. No. Tell us about the other gentleman, too.
Yeah, George Katchmer. I mean, this is a pretty neat story. He's considered one of the he graduated from Cherry Tree High School. Are you going to put that game on the radio tonight?
Cherry Tree High School.
Cherry Tree High School. The school's one of the top athletes, a longtime coach and silent movie historian who moved on to Newport High School and coached football, baseball, and basketball teams from 48 to 54, and he then went on to Millersville University. But probably his claim to fame was the 1946-47 Cherry Tree basketball team went 25-7 and was considered the first county team to play a fast break style. And they averaged 60 to 70 points a game, when back in that time it was usually only 40 to 50 points a game.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It was the Paul Westhead of his day.
Yeah, he's been inducted into, in fact, in 1997, the year he passed away, the Newport High School named its athletic complex in his honor.
Yeah.
So we're still trying to gather. This is one of those old timers that probably should have been in many years ago. But
I remember years ago with the great boxer Jimmy Manza, who went in and. Say, wait a minute, this guy fought Sugar Ray a couple of times.
Yeah.
Nobody. He lives out here. He's lived in Indiana County for years. You just don't know where. Yeah. So you're always looking for nominees.
Yeah, we're all, and it's really, we don't do the investigation, and we need the people that want to nominate individuals
to make the case,
give us the resume that they need to be in. But so we were very happy. You have Mark Lazanik, played in the Big 33 Classic, football player, but he was a three sports star.
He still holds, I think, the field goal record at Indiana High. 41 yard. Yeah, I know. Remember doing the games then.
Yep, and played 1,000-point scorer. He played on the good teams that Donnie Dowds coached, and I believe Fred Young took over in the last couple of years. Yeah,
and Bucknell, right?
Yeah, he went to Bucknell. Then he also coached. Did some assistant coaching and coaching at Loyola, Maryland.
Oh yeah.
A lot of great things from Mark. Randy Mazey, I remember him pitching in Junior Legion, a left-hander, and no one could hit him. Yeah, and there he is coaching at West Virginia University.
Well, he's been in a lot of different places, top-notch places. Clemson, I think, for one, too.
He played at Clemson. Then he also was there as a grad assistant coach before he went on. But I know he signed a very lucrative coaching contract at West Virginia back in the summer. So, yeah.
I know his dad, who, of course, been around for years and years when you're around Legion baseball, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. And you mentioned Danielle Sinclair Stewart. Great basketball player and also track standout for Indiana High School. She's still a member of the record-holding 1,600-meter relay team, which since been broken. And she, played at CMU, Carnegie Mellon, and she started 99 out of her 100 games at CMU. So I'll have to find out why she didn't start that one game there. Megan Woodall, she left Indiana High School, she was, I can't remember if anyone else, she was one of the finest 5 in the Post-Gazette.
Yeah.
One year. And then
I remember doing her first game as a freshman and watching her get out there and thinking, where did this come from? This was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She ended up her career at Indiana High School with 1,520 points, 2-time Gazette all with Player of the Year. And then track and field, she held the record at that time for the 200 and 400 meters. So she was also fast on the track lanes there too.
And she went into coaching.
Yeah, she went to Kent State, then came to IUP,
right.
Then helped her dad, and she's married to John Mills, who was a professional golfer at one time. Now John is the head coach at Kent State in Ohio, and that's where they now reside in the Ohio area. So, and you talked about Mindy Sautel Zatola. She continues to run, and it amazes me.
She'll come flying up this street on any morning, and people do their runs, and they're good and they're solid runners, and you can see that they're really into it. And then Mindy, she's a blur, and then you realize she's probably running maybe 20 miles today, but she goes.
Yeah, no, it's amazing when you see the information. For those that get nominated, it's amazing what Indiana County has produced over the years.
Doug, it's good that the county, I know 1984 was the first year of induction, and it's good that it's still functional and you guys are keeping it going. I know your committee rotates every once in a while, but it's pretty solid because some other counties, they no longer have halls of fame.
Yeah.
No.
All right, fellas, we got to get rolling here.
Appreciate it.
Doug, once more, the event is going to be held on what date?
Sunday, May 17th.
At the Rustic Lodge.
At the Rustic Lodge. Tickets will become available April 1st.
Put it on your calendars now, and then when tickets become available, we'll make sure you know so you can go.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doug. Doug, Steve, Jack Benedict, thanks for sticking around a little bit. It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS AM 1160, 101.1 FM, and Boomers here, Sports Minute time.